Did you know there was a man who survived both atomic bombings in Japan just 3 days apart? This is the true story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man the world now calls the Unkillable. It was August 1945. Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima on a business trip, preparing to return home to Nagasaki. He stepped out of his office just as a blinding white flash tore across the sky. The bomb detonated 600 meters above him. The shockwave ripped buildings apart. Glass turned into shrapnel. His eardrums burst, his body burned, and everything around him collapsed into chaos. Barely alive, Yamaguchi clawed his way out of the ruins, struggling through a city swallowed by fire. He spent the night in a bomb shelter, listening to screams echo through the darkness, the sky glowing red above the destroyed city. The next morning, with his skin peeling and his vision failing, he boarded a train, one of the only trains still running, and traveled home to Nagasaki. His family didn't recognize him when he arrived, but he was alive. He went to the hospital, received basic treatment, and despite his injuries, he showed up to work the next day to report the Hiroshima bombing to his employer. But as he stood in the office describing the blinding flash he had just survived, another light filled the room. Another flash, another shockwave. The second atomic bomb dropped directly on Nagasaki. Yamaguchi was thrown to the ground as windows shattered around him, but incredibly, he survived again. Doctors later said that the burns from Hiroshima had actually shielded parts of his skin during the second blast, allowing him to live through something no human should ever witness twice. For decades, Yamaguchi kept his story quiet, afraid no one would believe him. It wasn't until the early 2000s that the Japanese government officially acknowledged him as the only known person to survive both bombings. He lived until 93 years old, a man who walked through hell twice and kept going. Some call it fate, some call it luck. Others say he was never meant to die in those fires. But one thing is certain, no story of survival is quite like this one.